What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be identifying ghosts with no evidence, no sanity, no hiding, and no grace period by 10.62 times multiplier, which I'm going to show you right now. And we're doing it with tier 1 gear only. That's going to set its own sort of difficulty in its own. Starting sanity is 0, sanity pill restoration 0, max sanity drain. There's no way to get sanity back. There's no way to get sanity back at all. You are at 0 sanity. It's going to keep chain hunting over and over again unless you repel it or cleanse it. Sprinting is on, player speed is normal, so you have normal player speed entirely. Flashlight starts on. I love to have flashlight starting on, that way you, the viewer, can see what I'm looking at. If I'm talking about blinking patterns or the ghost's ability to disappear and reappear, you're going to be able to see that because I can basically light up the area for a viewer perspective. Going on to ghost, we have normal ghost speed. All of these settings here are going to be max settings, so everything here is giving you a max difficulty that you see. 0 grace period is very difficult. It's probably the most deadly setting of this entire challenge because it gives you no time to react at all at the start of the hunt. When the hunt starts, if it spawns on top of you, you're done. It's over. There's nothing to protect you. You have to play on top of a crucifix in order to make sure you survive if that happens. Evidence given is obviously 0. Setup time is 0. Weather is fog. Weather, it can be set to heavy rain if you want a little bit of a higher multiplier, but I prefer fog, to be honest with you. Door starting open is high. Number of hiding places, none. You have to rely on hiding places that are not usual. So, for example, if you have a countertop, you can crouch below the countertop, and that's a hiding spot. If you have a car, you can hide behind the car, and that can be a hiding spot. You have to try to get creative with your ability to survive in this type of scenario. Sanity is off. Activity meter is off. Fuse box is starting on, so we can test for the djinn immediately, and there's no delay on the djinn test. Let's get into it. We're going to start on my #1 favorite map, Willow. Since we're doing tier 1 gear, I want to do something I'm very familiar with. Let's get into it. Now, the biggest challenge with tier 1 gear is going to be the crucifixes for sure. They're one-time usage, and they have a very low protection radius around them. So it's going to be difficult with a ghost that has 0 evidence, 0 grace period, 0 sanity, etc. Outside of that, we have the tier 1 parabolic, which could be hard to get a banshee scream if that's what you're looking for. So we'll just have to play it by ear. Tier 1 flashlight is absolutely terrible as well because of that yellow hue to the light, and it doesn't give off a lot of light at all. I mean, you really don't even know that I have this on right now inside of the van because the light's on. Other lanterns or other light sources, you can tell that it's on. Even the tier 2 headlamp is brighter than this is. So we're going to grab a flashlight, incense, an igniter that's not going to take up inventory spot, and some salt for early wraith test. If you're new to this channel, you're going to be wondering why I'm going to drop a lot of stuff at the front door and then go back to the van over and over and over again. The reason for that is the 0 sanity. During a 0 sanity round, the ghost can hunt every 25 seconds, or if it's going to be a demon, every 20 seconds. So the only thing to possibly stop that ghost from hunting for extended periods of time would be to repel or cleanse it to stop it for 1 minute and 30, 3 minutes if it's a spirit, 60 seconds if it's a demon. But you can't always rely on that little bit of time, so you have to make the most out of your times between hunts. The best way to do that, make sure everything you need is inside already, so when the hunt's over, you can run to the front door, grab your stuff, and get set up again. That's one of the reasons I do that. Also, I like to take my crucifixes and throw them through the front door, because with that 0 sanity, 0 grace period, the ghost can hunt the moment I enter the location, and believe me, this has happened a lot to me. So what I do now is I take the crucifix and I throw it through the front door. That way, if it hunts immediately when I enter, it'll eat the crucifix, and it will save my life and my round. But the other crucifix is going to stay out here with me, and I'll show why once we get started. Going back to the van again, we're going to grab some more things. I want at least 1 motion sensor for a possible banshee roaming test. I want a firelight to test for Onryo. And I want to get more salt. To be frank, I want to get all the salt piles in to get more photo opportunities. Obviously, the meta for getting full photos is going to change once Chronicle comes out later on this June. If you saw my previous video on what's going to be happening with the Chronicle update, you already know that you're going to need all unique types of photos to get a perfect game. But for right now, you just take maximum photos of salt, and you get out of there with your perfect game after finding the bone. And getting all your objectives completed in the ghost correct, obviously. Let's grab all of our incense, our last salt container as well. What are my objectives? That's important. Cleanse, EMF reader, capture a photo. So what I need to come back for is our EMF reader, our photo camera, and maybe a thermometer. The reason I like to bring in a thermometer when I'm doing these rounds is because sometimes I still find it beneficial to know where the coldest temperature room is. Because I need to know where the ghost room is. There's some ghosts that can't change rooms, and if they ever do, they go from one room to another. I know immediately it's not those 2 ghosts. The 2 ghosts I'm talking about, Banshee and Goryo, can't change rooms. So we're going to grab that, and I'll probably just quickly grab this and this, and I think we're good to go. The EMF readers for my objectives, the thermometers for finding the ghost room, the photo cameras for getting my objectives done, and to get more photos. Throw all that inside, and we're ready to go. Oh, I think I just threw my igniter inside. Hold up. Come here. I got it back, I think. Let's make sure. There it is. Okay. Flashlight, incense, and crucifix. I'm going to hold my crucifix in my main hand when I run in. If the ghost spawns within a radius of this crucifix in my main hand, it'll burn the crucifix. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to run through those doors right there, go to the left, go into the car. The reason I'm going to the garage is because it's the best looping spot in this map, unless I'm crouch looping around the countertop in the kitchen. And I don't know if the ghost is in the kitchen, so I kind of want to hold that off until later. Here we go. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Get some lights on as well if we can try so we can see a little bit better. Perfect. Crucifix going down right here. And if you saw that distance there, that circle in the distance, that's your protection radius, that glowing circle. The ghost is hunting. I can see the lights flickering out there, and I heard the door slam. The front door when the hunt starts. I hear footstep sounds. And I was able to hear footstep sounds without getting electronic disturbance, so more than likely it's not going to be my link. We got some ghost events happening here. 2 events back-to-back as well. I think one of them was a singing event, so shades can't do singing events. If you ever have a ghost singing Ring Around the Rosie, or if you have one of the male ghosts doing like a humming sensation, you're not going to have a shade. They can't do any singing events at all. Now, since I was able to hear the ghost's footsteps on that hunt halfway through, I'm wondering if it spawned in the basement. Oh, hold on. I hear that way closer. Here, ghosty. Here it comes. That sounded like it spawned in the kitchen. Oh, that is a visible ghost. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. But now the double event makes a lot of sense. Look at it again real quick. Are you noticing that for a few seconds, it looks like the ghost almost never disappears or blinks at all? Again, disappearing and blinking is kind of the same thing. Blinking is when the ghost disappears and reappears during that hunt to give that blinking sensation, essentially. So, that ghost was super visible. The only ghosts that can be that visible in the game are 2 options. One of them would be Deogen, but the Deogen rushes to a player's location and then slows down when it gets in proximity of them. The other one is the Oni, and an Oni is a very eventy and a very active ghost. That kind of makes sense why I did the double event, and then went into that hunt and show us that Oni blinking pattern. So I think we might have an Oni here. It turned off the breaker. Since the ghost turned off the breaker with only 1 light bulb being on, it's not going to be Jin. The only time the Jin could ever turn off the breaker is if it has overloaded the breaker with too many lights being on. And that definitely didn't happen. Here it comes. Oh, it's a crawler this time. It's crawling. This specific ghost model is interesting because from one hunt to the next, it has the opportunity to be standing, bent over backwards, or crawling around. So don't think that's going to be Obaki shapeshift. It would only be Obaki shapeshift if it happened in the middle of an active ghost hunt, not from one hunt to the next. I've noticed a lot of players get hung up on that fact. They think it's an Obaki because it made that change, but it's unfortunately not the case. Only if it happens actively during a hunt. Let's get some Saul down for some photo opportunities. We always have to be sus of a Mimic as well. Mimic is always possible until proven otherwise. If you're suspicious about Mimic, you can wait 30 seconds and 2 minutes to see if the ghost randomly shows you a different ability all of a sudden, because the Mimic can change ghost types every 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Or you could grab a video camera, look inside where you know the ghost room is for possible ghost orb. There are going to be fake ghost orbs on No Evidence gameplay because you're not going to have evidence. So the Mimic orbs are abilities. They're not part of its evidence. Real evidence for Mimic is UV, Spirit Box, and freezing temperatures, not orbs. Here it comes. Still looks very visible, to be honest. I might repel it on this one. Yeah, I'm going to repel it now. I'm not sure if that's one of my objectives or not, but I kind of just want to get out of the way now. Now we're crouching around the car. And we're moving in the opposite direction that we hear it coming. So if it comes left, I go right. If it comes right, I go left. And that's pretty much how you loop around the car with crouch looping in a very safe fashion. Objectives, we got the cleanse done. Perfect. Now we need EMF reader or we need capture a photo. So let's get the EMF reader. If I think the ghost room is somewhere here in the kitchen, I'm just going to turn it on. And probably leave it here for now. See if it throws something nearby. Oh, we got a door touch. That's going to give me an EMF reading. Hold on. There you go. There's my EMF reading. The objective is now done. Even an EMF 2 is going to get your objective completed. Let's get some more Saul down. And by repelling that ghost and cleansing it during that last hunt, we're stopping it from being able to hunt again for 1 minute and 30 seconds. More saw going here. That's going to be 6 photos. 2, 4, 6. Oh, if only I had my photo camera on me right now, Ghost, I could have taken a photo of you. A little too soon. Now, the breaker is all the way down to the basement, and this is why I don't like to use tier 1 flashlight, because you can see how hard it is to see the ghost when I am only relying on this flashlight alone during the gameplay. So if you're watching this video right now, it's probably hard to see anything at all. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments what you think, but I'm going to have to run all the way down to the basement to get the breaker back on so people can see again. And to be honest, on this type of difficulty, that's very dangerous to do. Hunting again. See if we can get a photo. I don't think I got that one. Might have got that one. It's gonna come this way. I'm gonna hit it with another repel. One of the really bad things about tier 1 photo camera is like there's this time and delay between when you can actually swap out the photo camera to another object in your inventory. And the higher tiers are actually a little bit faster with that delay. The tier 1, though, takes a while because it's supposed to be a Polaroid camera, so you're trying to wait for it to dispense and everything, making it somewhat realistic, but that could just make you more likely to get unalive during the hunt as a result. Now, did we get a photo of the ghost? We did. We got a... This one was a failure. This one was a 2-star. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete both of them. Watch what happens when I delete my ghost photo. Delete it. And my objective is still completed. So no harm, no foul. Now I can try to get a perfect game. I hear the ghost has turned on his sync. That could be a good photo for us. And I have a little bit of time to get these photos while we're on our 1 minute and 30 repel timer. Because we did repel the ghost during that hunt, so it's given us some time. The sink is on in the bathroom. We got a dirty water photo. Hold on. Thank you for the freaking free ghost photo. Let's go. Nice ghost. Nice ghost. I'm going to put down a crucifix in that area as well. Maybe it'll bite it for more photo opportunities. Here you go, ghost. I'll put that there. That's going to cover most of the bathroom and cover some of the hallway as well. You don't actually have to formally place down the crucifix for it to work. You can just throw it. It'll do its job. That protection radius around it, whatever it may be. So now all we need is 2 more photos and the bone for a perfect game. Because we have Oni, right? The Oni blinking patterns are very consistent. I haven't seen this ghost change ghost types yet because I have not seen any differencing in ability besides that one ghost ability where it's very active and very visible during a ghost hunt. So this one was cut and dry. Very easy, simple ghost. What I would say is the easiest ghosts in the game are going to have unique blinking patterns, Phantom or Oni or Deojin, unique speeds, or unique abilities like the Poltergeist throw. Those are your easiest ghosts in Phasmo. Everything else is going to require a little bit more practicing and maybe even more than one hunt to determine because it could be a little bit more taxing to get done. For example, like the Yuri ability, it's whatever the ghost wants to do that. It's not your call. The Mare ability with the light switch could be difficult to get. It's on the ghost. It's not on you unless you want to keep hitting the light switch over and over again every 10 seconds. So it's going to come down to the easiest ghosts of the game are the ones with speed, unique abilities like a lot of throws and interactions, or unique blinking patterns. Now, I'm assuming the ghost did not eat that crucifix because I didn't hear it burn up. I would have heard it burn up, I think, from this distance, too. I'm wondering where that's spawning from, because I don't think it's spawning in the bathroom, though. Maybe it's spawning in the hallway. And if I wanted to confirm the exact ghost room, I could use that thermometer I brought in for that reason. I'm hearing a throw. I just heard a throw of a cup inside the kitchen. So I think it's a kitchen ghost. We may have to move the crucifix in there instead. Crouching below the car, staying out of any sort of sight or way. Now, if I turned on my electronics there, it would have known where I was immediately. If I didn't have push to talk on and I had open microphone, it would have heard me as well because obviously I'm talking to you. And I think a lot of players just don't realize they have a lot of background noise. So if you have open microphone on, the ghost can hear all that background noise. So please make sure you're using push to talk. It's going to save you a lot more than you think it is. Get this crucifix, put it down here in the kitchen instead. Maybe I'll even put down my photo camera next to it. Because if it eats the crucifix, that'll give me the opportunity for an interaction photo if I get there soon enough after the start of the hunt. And it'll give me an opportunity to get a burnt crucifix photo. Here, I'll even put this other crucifix here nearby. I feel somewhat confident it's not going to spawn here with me in the garage. That might be misplaced confidence, but I feel pretty confident about it. Oh, that one sounded like that one sounds like it's spawning in the living room. I can tell because I can hear those footsteps more here. Like right behind this wall instead of that wall over there. That wall being over there. Still a very normal ghost speed. It's not fast. It's not slow. Now let's get this crucifix in and we'll put it over here. Even if it throws something, I could use that as an interaction photo, but sadly it's not happening. If I were to light up this firelight and it blows that out, that's an interaction photo as well. So it has opportunities. Hunt's over. If you don't know the hunt's over or not, try hitting a light switch like this. If the light switch is movable, the hunt's over. If the light switch is not movable, the hunt is still actively happening. And I think this time I'm going to stand on top of this cruci here. But I have to remember, if the ghost wanted to spawn over there by that counter, it definitely could. This is a small protective crucifix. And that's that. Oh, we got to get bone. I forgot about bone. Okay, all right, we got to go. So I don't need a photo of the bone. I just have to collect it. So let's start looking for that now. Got my photos, but I don't have bone. There it is. There it is. There, we're going to repel while we're going through here. That way, if the ghost is here, it'll stop it from hunting for a minute and 30. Let me get out the door at least. So we got bone. We got all 3-star photos. And the ghost is going to be owning it. We had a really nice and simple ghost there. So no complaints about that at all. Maybe what we'll do next round is we'll go to another easy map, but maybe we'll get a little bit of a harder ghost on it. Oni, locking it in. Boom. $4,654 dowry dues and XP on that round. Love to see it. Now, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with the Chronicle update later on in the month, because they're saying that all media and photo evidences you get is going to be now multiplied by your reward multiplier. My reward multiplier here is 10.62. So 75 times 10.62, that's going to be a lot of extra XP for the round. So we're going to start leveling way faster than we ever have in Phasmophobia before, once that update comes out and drops. So for any newer players of Phasmophobia or any lower level players out there that are looking to prestige faster, you're going to be in a lot of luck. Let's go on over to the old Tanglewood and get ourselves set up over there. Same thing here. Flashlight, incense, igniter, and salt. And we'll come back for more things. What are my objectives so I know here early on? Crucifix, witness a ghost event, and motion sensor. Crucifix isn't bad. Motion sensor's not bad. Witnessing a ghost event with my multiplier of having a very low frequency to get an actual ghost event might take a while. And sometimes I don't find it to be a good ROI, a good return on investment with the time it takes to get it done. But we'll see what happens. Grab all this. Throw all this in the front door as well. I think Tanglewood probably is the most played map in Phasmophobia by far, because it gets played by all solo players, by new players, by groups of people that just love this map. This has to be the most played map, easily. Take that, take this. And when you really think about it too, it has a lot of good hiding potential for how big the square footage of the gameplay actually can be. You have the closets there. You can hide behind the changing table inside of the nursery. You can do some crouch looping around the counters. You could do some crouch looping around the car. You can hide behind a shelf inside the basement. There's a lot of potential there. Okay, what do we need here? Cruci, a motion sensor, right? Motion sensor, firelight. I think we're probably good with this. Here we go. Let's throw all this stuff in the front door. And let's get into it. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Have the crucifix out in our main hand. Going into the garage. Looking for a bone as I walk through just to see if I can find it early. There it is. You love that. We'll come back with a photo camera later to get a photo of that bone, so we have one less photo to worry about. Ghost is hunting. Sounds normal speed to me. And I'm going to show you a trick after this hunt to know what normal speed actually sounds like, because I have a good trick for it that I haven't really been able to show off in a lot of videos. All right, no phantom blinking and no Oni blinking on this one. Wasn't disappearing for 2 seconds at a time or super visible like the last ghost was. Three meters or more away with the power on, not doing any Jinn speed boost either. The Jinn speed boost has to be 3 meters or more away, the ghost has to see you as well, and the power has to be on. It'll go from a normal speed ghost to a very fast ghost the moment it catches your eyes from that distance. Well, hey. All right. So we don't have any Jinn speed boost. We don't have any phantom blinking. No Oni blinking. And the ghost is normal speed. So it's not going to be a fast Maroi with 0 sanity. Not going to be a young Fae that hasn't been aged yet. Not going to be a Deogen that always knows where I am. Not going to be a Raiju that speeds up around active electronics, aka my flashlight that's turned on during the hunt. And it's not going to have the Revenant speed boost of 3 meters a second when it knows where a player is either. The Revenant will be super slow, 1 footstep every second, and the moment it even detects a player, whether it's through their electronics, their voice, or seeing them, speeds up to 3 meters a second, barreling towards that location. Get the lights back on here. Now, the little tip I was going to talk about with knowing what normal speed sounds like and for a ghost in Phasmophobia is this. Listen to the footstep sounds that I make when I sprint as a player. That tip, oh, sadly the ghost has ruined it. We'll have to do it again after. But that tip tapping that happens when you sprint is the exact speed and what it sounds like when a ghost is normal speed. Ghost is throwing a little bit. Maybe a polter? I didn't throw too many of those cans. Maybe what I could do as well is I can repel it. So it got a hold of my electronics there and it started walking back towards me, possibly not yokai. I will do that one more time for the ghost's normal speed sound. This sound that I'm about to make when I sprint, this is the sound of a normal speed ghost. Those footstep sounds you hear when you sprint, that is the exact sound a ghost will make when it's normal speed. So hopefully that helps out and gives you a nice baseline reference point. I can also tell this ghost is not fast or slow. It's just normal speed. So it's not going to be twins, because twins is either a little bit faster or a little bit slower, depending. The ghost is surely getting faster the longer it sees me as well. If it sees me for a couple seconds during a hunt, it's going to speed up. Hantu can't do that. Fae, Deogen, Hantu, and Revenant cannot do that particular gradual speed up when it sees somebody. And we're going to repel it on this hunt here. That way we can see if it's going to be spirit or demon. I'll do it probably closer to the end of the hunt. Oh, wow. That was a big throw. Yeah, that big throw kind of is giving me very sus vibes on Poltergeist. So I repelled that ghost there. The hunt's over. I started a timer. If it hunts in 60 seconds or less than a minute and 30, after the repel, it's going to be demon guaranteed. If it hunts after 3 minutes on a 0 sanity round, more than likely going to be spirit. I just heard the ghost throw a bunch of items at the same time, which sounds like the Poltergeist ability. Because the Poltergeist is the only ghost in Phasmo that can throw more than one object at the same time. Also, notice when I walked in here, the ghost turned on the light. I didn't do that. The ghost did it. So this is probably the room. So it can't be Mare. Mare can never turn on a light bulb. Give me another incense. Let me get a motion sensor set up in case for our objective. We have that objective right there. Crucie's going down in the ghost room, which I believe probably is this one. I'm hearing more activity from here than here. Maybe I'll just put it in between the two rooms so it gets both of them kind of covered. And if I hear that burn up, I'll come and get a photo of it. Get some salt down. It already walked through the salt in the hallway. That's not good. So that means that I'm standing where it's going to spawn. All right, let's get out of here then. Let's run. I must have dropped that salt right on the top of the ghost's foot. Photo of the bone has been acquired. The good thing about that crucifix placement is it's going to cover that blue bedroom, the bathroom, and some of the hallway. So if it spawns in any of that area, it's going to hopefully get crucified. But then again, it's tier 1 cruci, so it doesn't cover that much. Also, if the ghost eats the crucifix, all these lights that are on are going to turn off. Because whenever a hunt ends or attempts and fails, it's going to turn off all the lights. It's not going to turn off the breaker itself. It's just going to turn off the lights. Nope, sadly, it looks like it did not spawn next to the crucifix. It is hunting anyway. This just goes to show how difficult it is to crucify a ghost, especially if it's moving rooms constantly. I don't think I got that photo. We tried. Since I had electronics out there in my flashlight, it knew exactly where I was, and it kind of rotated around the car after me. Let's see. Did we get the photo? 1-star interaction. Sadly, we didn't get it, but it was worth a shot. More than likely has stepped through all the salt, though. Or maybe not. Oh, wait. So if it didn't step through any of the salt, that's actually telling. So it probably spawned closer down here. Probably spawned more like in the living room. And it skipped that salt altogether. I might have to bring my one crucifix in here protecting me and put it out there instead. I'll have to see what happens. Hunting again. Spawn right in front of that doorway. And I also want to have an opportunity to show you all watching this video a better way of testing for poltergeist than just the one random paint can that got thrown very far that kind of gave it away for me. Jeez, look at that paint can. Should be stopping the hot air momentarily. Lovely. Come here, Crucy. Come over here with me in the kitchen. Turned off the breaker. What a butthole, Ghost. Good thing the breaker's right here. We're going to quickly, before it hunts again, put as many things as possible on top of this counter so we can see how much it's throwing in a short period of time. The poltergeist has to throw something every half of a second to be a polter. That's 2 objects every second. If there's nothing for the poltergeist to throw, it is a basically powerless ghost that can't do anything at all. So just keep that in mind. Let's get all this stuff over here. Got my crucifix inside my inventory in case I need it in a real quick hurry. That should be enough. Put the crucifix back here with me so it protects the backside where I'm going to be standing. I think it's pretty good. Should be enough to get our point across here. I'm wondering where the ghost's going to spawn. Is it going to spawn living room again? Because if it is, it's going to be right in front of my face when it spawns. Ooh! Spawn right next to me. Sheesh, look at all this stuff getting yeeted. Now I'm crouch looping. I'm crouching so it can't see me below the countertop because I don't have my electronics on. I don't have my microphone on. So it can't see me when you're crouched below the counter like this. You're too low to be seen over top of it. That's just throwing so much stuff. If I let it see me for a little too long, it's going to get faster and faster. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that was there has been thrown. Look at this plate all the way over here. Made it all the way to that radiator there. See if I can get a photo of this ghost. Thank you for the free photo. Can I get some photos of this salt now? Or no, you didn't step in it. Okay, I'm going to move the crucifix over here to a more useful spot right there, maybe. Give me another rappel as well. Because all we need now is more photos in cruising. It's got to step through all the salt as well if possible. That would be ideal. Because those are like 4 photos just sitting there waiting to happen. Because we have 2 piles on top of each other and another 2 piles of salt on top of each other. So we want to be able to have it use that. Unlike last round, I am not very sure if the ghost is going to spawn inside this garage with me or not. Especially since it just spawned just outside of the crucifix range on that previous hunt and almost got me. It just goes to show just how small the crucifix radius of protection is on tier 1 because it was able to spawn that close to me. Listen, oh look, the plate just got yeeted across the hallway there. It's coming in here. I got a plan. I'm gonna take it where I want it to go. I'm gonna take it in here with the salt. I'm gonna make it come in here. Come on, ghost, right over the salt. Repelling, running. When you repel the ghost, it disorients it for 5 seconds so you can try to get away during that time. Yes, it walked through it. Perfect. Just what we were hoping for. 2 photos there. 2 photos here. And I'm going to need 2 photos after this one as well. Let's get the remaining crucifixes here, because I hear a lot of activity here. So I'm going to get this one there. This one's here. So it's covering kitchen and now dining room. Ooh! That's a photo, I believe. I need 1 more. Did you throw this now? You sure did. Full photos. You can hear just how much stuff it's throwing in there, even outside the hunt. Now, I think I'm out of incense. I think. I'm not too sure. Maybe have one by the door still. What I'm going to do to kind of protect myself is keep this one with me in my hand in case it spawns on top of me, and I'm going to stay behind the car. Turn off the breaker just now. Get it back on. And hopefully where I put that crucifix next to where it's doing all that activity, it's going to actually work this time. We'll have to see. There's the burn. I heard it. Crucifix objective is now completed. I already got the bone. I got all 3-star photos. This should be a perfect game. Nice cut and dry game. Done in the books. Let's get out of here. Sheesh. I gotta say, what a great ghost, man. Poltergeist, my favorite ghost in the game. Deogen being the second favorite. I think those are my top 2 for sure. The Poltergeist is just so cool. It has so much activity. Not shy to let you know what it is. And it's just fun to watch it hunt because you get to see all the aftermath of what it's done, all the chaos. Boom. Poltergeist, let's go. 4,434 Dollary dues and XP. That's another perfect game. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see another certain challenge in Phasmophobia, let me know down in the comment section below. I know over on my TikTok channel, I've done some found footage challenges. I've done some igniter-only challenges. I've done some flashlight-only challenges. One of them I posted here on YouTube. Done a lot of interesting challenges, always trying to keep the game fresh and exciting for people and to give them other ways to challenge themselves that's maybe outside of the norm. So if you'd like to see more of that stuff, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. Hope we will have some more additional information coming soon about the Chronicle update dropping later on this month as well. So make sure you keep an eye on my socials for more information. Until I see you all next time, stay crispy.